Hello. Just a note to say that this video is an extract from our full Gameweek 6 podcast. Hope you like it, and remember to like and subscribe if you do. Thanks.
Shall we just preview game week 6 now?
Let's do it, Jack.
Cool. So I thought, we haven't done this yet on the pod, but I thought we'd just we'll make it quick, but we'll run game by game week 6 coming up. So Saturday, 25th September, game week 6 will kick off. Josh, I'm going to read off the fixtures one by one. Tell me what you think. Maybe a little prediction of what you think will happen in the game generally, and just the main FPL assets that we should be looking at as FPL players. Sound good?
Lovely.
Cool. Let's do it. Saturday, 25th September, 12:30, the early kickoff. It's a doozy. It's Chelsea, Man City.
What do I think?
What do you think?
Well, a doozy you say. I think it's going to be tight, obviously. Chelsea at home. I honestly think that Chelsea will pick this, but it's going to be a very tight game, and I think there'll only be 1 or 2 goals in it. I think it's not a game maybe to have a lot of confidence in high scoring assets. You're probably not going to see a lot of double point assets coming out of this game.
No.
So Pep, we know, is the master strategically. I know they had a bit of a wobble last week, but I honestly think that both managers this early in the season will be a bit cagey.
Take a draw. They'll probably both take a draw. I'd guess it's a draw as well. Or a 1-0 to one of them, yeah. So don't captain your assets in this one. Maybe play them. They're probably still going to be better than your bench fodder. But yeah, avoid the captaincy. I need a team at all costs, I would say.
Agreed.
It's nullified. Annoying when these games happen for an FPL, but there we go. Another 12. There's 2 12:30 kickoffs. That's rare. That's strange. Man United Villa.
I hate to say it, Jack.
Don't say it.
I do think that Villa are in for a little bit of not a complete tasting.
Do you really think?
But I think, we mentioned this before, I was very surprised to see that despite a 3-0 win, Villa's XG was below 1 for that game. So call it supreme finishing or call it an act of God.
There were good finishers.
But
Leon Bailey is God, I agree.
Leon Bailey is God. Could be injured, we never know. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, against a limp Everton team, great result for Villa. The underlying stats said that you maybe shouldn't have scored the number of goals that you did. It was quite close.
Yeah.
A United team that are purring and will definitely go out on the front foot, I think are going to put your defence under a little bit too much pressure.
Are they purring? Would you go as far as say they're purring?
In an attacking manner.
Yeah, I just think that terrible European loss in the week for them, and they've squeaked past West Ham, who, to be fair, are good, but an Antonio-less West Ham. I think we've got a chance here, Josh. I think Villa have got a chance. Again, it might be it's the blind faith, but I don't think we're going to make it easy for them. And yeah, I think we might get something. I'm going to say it. I wouldn't, again, for FPL wise, I wouldn't captain a Man U player here. And not owning any, I'm not that worried about it. No. So this happens sometimes when I don't own a player from a team playing Villa and they spank us. So I get the double pain of no FPL returns and Villa losing. So yeah, it could happen. But yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. Villa fans are optimistic. We've won at Old Trafford fairly recently for the first time ever, so that hoodoo's gone. So yeah, I'm alright about that one. Feeling good about that one.
I trust you on that one. There we go.
Yeah, please do. Thanks. Everton Norwich, boring. I'm bored already just reading that fixture.
Yeah, I mean, you'd normally try and look at who Norwich are playing at the moment and say they would be a good option for points.
We've said avoid Everton, haven't we?
However, that team is Everton, who we said are limping their way at the moment through last game week. And I think it's a case that hold your Everton assets if you've got people like Gray, but maybe don't expect great things because they're not flying high. I think
Norwich are bad, though, I will say. They are not good, Norwich. So,
But it's the Premier League, Jack. I think, any team that smells blood can get a result. So I think it's going to be a close game in my mind.
I just think Norwich is shocking. I think they're worse than when they went down before. I think they're really bad, actually.
I would. Maybe I'm putting too much emphasis on the fact that Everton's team is not great. But despite that, I would say that I think Everton are going to get the result, but I don't think it's going to be a resounding.
Yeah, fair prediction there, I think. Yeah, I'd go along with that. Leeds, West Ham. Interesting one, this. What do you reckon?
My head says West Ham, but my heart, with Leeds at home, I feel like when they get that place bouncing, they can be a force to reckon with. And we're still waiting for Leeds to kind of
click a bit.
Really, really click. And is this week going to be that game week?
Yeah, I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I think West Ham are good, man. And I think Leeds, aren't that good yet.
My heart, maybe my heart's lying. My heart is lying.
Yeah, I think West Ham will do this one. It's not a great fixture for Leeds. So again, as a Bamford owner, I'm not expecting great things from him in this one. But what I like about Leeds is you kind of feel like they can just get a goal at any time, Leeds. So yeah, if you've got Leeds, you've got either assets on these teams, I think it's fair to expect something. Antonio will be back. I'd be surprised if he didn't score, to be honest.
Should be a goal fest.
Yeah, could be goals. Should be a good spectacle. Leicester, Burnley. Leicester, Josh, not doing that well, are they, so far?
No, I think both teams need a trigger for their season a little bit at the moment, don't they? They need a game, a win to use as a platform. Maybe like looking at this game week, Leicester losing to Brighton. I know it was away, but that's not great. And Burnley losing to Arsenal. You'd say it's two teams out of form looking to slug it out.
It is. I mean, Burnley are bad, actually. They're not good. And they're dirty players. I don't like Burnley, Josh.
Do you like Sean Dyche?
No, Sean's fine. But their players, they get away with a lot of nasty fouls, I think, that they should be punished more for. But yeah, this fixture, I think Leicester will have too much for them and they'll
surely
be a comfortable win. Yeah, I think if you've got... Not many people have Leicester assets, really. Vardy got another goal. He's just that annoying 10 million price, and again that forward slot where there are just better options either side of his price, I think. But would not surprise me if Jamie got a goal here.
Yeah.
And a Leicester win. I'd be surprised if Burnley got anything. Watford, Newcastle. Sarr owners could be smelling blood here.
They could be. Again, I think maybe what you'd say is on paper, two quite evenly matched teams, possibly.
Yeah.
I know Watford recently promoted, but they've looked all right. They look like they've got something about them.
Yeah.
Definitely in the last game week, something that we were waiting to see maybe. Newcastle, hit and miss. So I think maybe the home advantage for Watford will propel them.
Yeah, maybe. Newcastle are weird, man. Like they're obviously in turmoil constantly with their fans hating the managers all the time. But watching them against Leeds on Friday, they could have won that easily. It was I think Saint-Maximin is just what a player he is. He should be playing in a top 4 team, I think. And I think he will do at some point. But he gives them the X factor. What you're saying?
Just going to say, hearing the commentary and pundits about Newcastle saying, yeah, they are a struggling team, but one thing that they have that a lot of other teams maybe don't quite have.
Steve Bruce.
Not Steve Bruce. is the fan base and the size of the stadium.
Yeah, they've always...
At home,
yeah,
they can bounce. And I know they drew with Leeds, but I think if that was the reverse fixture, it would be a lot closer. But I think Watford at home is a Watford win.
Yeah, potential. I'm just not. Still don't really know Watford yet. I don't know enough about them. Haven't watched them that much. Obviously know about Sarr and things, but yeah, I don't know. They've got goals in them for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, interesting one. Brentford, Liverpool. Interesting one for Liverpool. Could be a bit tricky.
Yeah, Brentford's defence has proven to be maybe a lot more solid than people were originally thinking about a newly promoted team. But Liverpool are playing very, very well at the moment.
They
so
are.
I don't want to jinx it being a Liverpool fan, but you would predict a Liverpool win.
You would. I'd be surprised if... I think they'll put up a fight, Brentford. I don't think Liverpool will just walk all over them. But they... Yeah, I expect them to come unstuck there. Captain Salah, potential.
Yeah, I'd be looking at Salah captaincy. Just if in doubt, stick to what you know.
Yeah.
Captain Mo.
Yeah, oh, very good. Yeah, I think at Liverpool, hopefully Trent's back. Definitely play him if we get news. Mane owners, Salah owners, it's a tasty one for them for sure. Sunday, Southampton Wolves. I mean, super Sunday. Don't think so. What do you think?
I know you're not loving the Wolves' assets at the moment.
They burned me this week.
They
big
did
time.
burn you. And I think what we know about Southampton is they are a very hard team to predict. You don't know which team's going to show up. They can put an incredible performance.
Yeah, they're doing all right, actually. They're not
Draw with City this week.
huge. Yeah, really good. And then I feel like they did all right the week before. They did a 0-0 again, West Ham. Yeah, so yeah, they're proving really hard to break down, aren't they, I think? 3 draws in a row for them. And yeah, Wolves just look toothless, man. The toothless Wolves. Can't eat anything. I think Saints are going to win that.
Yeah.
And I'm benching my Wolves. I'm benching Cody, frankly.
I could see a 0-0 there.
Yeah, again, 3rd in a row for Saints. Yeah, Wolves, Jimenez, I feel bad for the guy, but he's just not got going as he since he come back.
Threw his headband down, didn't he? Threw his head.
Did he? Did he throw it down?
Missed that header. It was the classic what we saw from that magic season. Traore down the right, byline cut back. Jimenez, middle of the goal to back post area, coming in. Got to be a goal, just hits it slightly over, and you could see Jimenez with his reaction, disappointing himself, took his headband off the support and threw it on the football.
Dramatic. Well, yeah, I don't think if you've got Wolves assets there, don't expect much from them.
Wait and see.
Frankly, North London derby at 4:30. Arsenal Spurs. Arsenal, bit of a couple of good results in a row now for them. They turned it round, have they?
I mean, it's Arsenal. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Derbies, especially this derby, so hard to predict. Wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal get someone sent off.
This one is hard to predict. Actually.
Spurs trying to bounce back off after losing, to Chelsea this week. On paper, Spurs are going to win, but I think you rip up that paper when it's a derby.
Do you think on paper Spurs are going to win? I don't know. They
would.
looked poor today against Chelsea. Last week they looked terrible against Palace.
True, I think
2 London losses in a row.
Well, wait. It's a hard game to say how well you're doing when you're playing Chelsea. And I think the more games that Son and Kane play together, the better it will be for Spurs. Full stop.
True.
And I think this is another game in which they will play together back to back because Son was injured last week.
Yeah.
I just feel that Spurs have better top-end quality.
No, I mean, you can't question that. I mean, Aubameyang's been playing and banged in a few. Yeah, I think... Spurs. I think Arsenal are going to edge this one based on the form of the teams.
But again, a hard one to pick for FPL assets.
Yeah, if talking FPL, I mean, a lot of people don't have Son and Kane now. I wouldn't be excited about them if I did have them. Arsenal assets, again, similar. Not excited, are they? Avoid both.
No.
Avoid both. No. And then finally, the blockbuster fixture, Crystal Palace, Brighton. It is a derby. This actually they're weirdly rivals for some reason.
Birds.
My cousins, bird
other.
rivalry. Yeah, maybe. My cousins are Brighton fans. I should know that. But Palace, Brighton. Yeah, thoughts?
I think it's incredibly hard to predict. 2 teams. Brighton, I think, have been looking pretty resilient this year.
Yeah, good.
And Palace have started to grow into Vieira's philosophy. Again, this week, hard to say because they played Liverpool.
Yeah, they had a couple of chances, didn't they? Hallison had to make a save.
Yeah.
Didn't look terrible.
No, but they got the result against Spurs. So not much between it at all. I can't really say who's going to win that. I'd maybe go for a draw.
Yeah. I think Brighton will win. I think Brighton will. They're smart enough to navigate that, I think. So
experience.
I expect Brighton to win. Yeah, I mean, they had some interesting FPL potential with Brighton. A lot of people have Sanchez, but I think that's more by default, and we love Sanchez.
Or Duffy.
If Morpay can find his eye a bit, his XG's often really good, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm keeping my eye on Brighton.
Nice.
So, and Palace, to be fair, they've got some. We've mentioned Gallagher. There's some FPL potential in that fixture. But there we go. So that's every fixture discussed.